So, in this short video, I will talk how it feels to be a refugee. So, I was born in Serbia, in southern Serbia, close to the border with Kosovo. When I was 4 years old, we were forced to leave that region because the retreating Serbian forces that lost Kosovo against NATO, the retreating Serbian forces were many of those forces were harassing and intimidating the population, not killing the people in my municipality, to be honest, but beating some of them. There was some cases of rape. So our villages, 10 villages like that were Albanian Muslim minority in southern Serbia, they left for Kosovo. There I lived as a refugee before moving after 12 years for France. So I'm in France since then. I have three nationalities or citizenships. Wherever I go, I feel like it is my land, but also that I am a foreigner. It does not feel 100% like home. And when I was really a refugee, the start was very harsh because we were seen as different. We were sometimes discriminated upon, even in school. They would say, the refugee guy. Like we were not considered even in Kosovo. We spoke the same language with the population, the Kosovo Albanians, but we were not considered as equal. It was harsh because the only thing I wanted it was like equality, and sometimes that was not present, even from some teachers who would ask, "Where are you from?" etc., etc. I really My childhood was very harsh because as a refugee, I remember the K4 NATO forces, like they and it was and the United, the UNICEF and K4 forces at the start they would take care of us. Like when we came to Kosovo, they would uh, they would shelter us in some villages of Kosovo, and in one village I remember quite well. I found a landmine in an old house that was in the front of this shitty house where they did send us. It was like I remember that house where they had um, our family. Like we had to stay there for one month before another solution came. So that village was a piece of shit. The house, it was like 100 years old, and in the other house that was older and uninhabitable, I found a landmine. I was a kid. I grabbed it in my hand, thinking it was a very expensive toy, but I didn't step on it. And when I saw my grandmother, I told her, "Look what I have found." She was terrified, but she was very cold and precise and told me what it is, and that I don't need to do anything else. I just need to leave it there and don't touch anything because it is a bomb, like she said, like that. It will explode if you step on it. And they called like the NATO soldiers forces to come in the village and to clear that area from other landmines. And they moved us to another village, then to another, then to another. Like uh, it was in the years 2000, 2002. We like moved in a total of more than 10 villages of Kosovo as refugees. And in some villages, we were not welcome, to be honest. We were not Serbian. We had the same religion and same language as those people in those villages, but they were very rude and disrespectful sometimes. So we moved from a place to another. After a couple of years, we started the process of naturalization, even in Kosovo, to have the citizenship, etc. But it was harsh because they treat you as not as a refugee, because a refugee has some defined rights. We were treated when it was in their interest as refugees, and when it was not in their interest as uh, brothers. But the landmine story was one of the stories I remember. I will explain other things from that time, but a refugee does not have he does not have a purpose sometimes. Like a refugee does not know where or in which direction he should go. Doesn't know who he can trust initially, of course. So when I see like a refugee crisis, I can feel what's happening to them because I know we had to flee illegally, like the borders. We have to leave everything to sell. Um, um, it was not. It's not a great life. No one becomes a refugee for fun. Like it's not easy. Thank you.